Voy for Me, www.voyforme.com. Entra al sitio, infórmate, opina y diviértete.
Hola amigos de Voy for Me, estamos hoy aquí con dos personajes principales del show de KOOZA, de Cirque du Soleil, en su llegada a México, y vamos a comenzar una entrevista con Cédric and Mitch. Estaremos haciendo una traducción simultánea para todos ustedes. Hi, welcome to Mexico City.
Thank you, welcome to KOOZA.
Thank you very much. How have been all this stay in Mexico?
It's been incredible. KOOZA's never been to Mexico, and we've been waiting a long time to come to Mexico. We had a lot of messages from fans on Facebook and Instagram asking for us to come to Mexico, and we're finally here, and the crowd's been amazing.
Ha sido increíble, nunca habíamos estado aquí y hemos recibido muchos mensajes en Facebook y en las redes sociales y estamos muy felices de estar en México.
Before Mexico City, you were in Guadalajara. How was your stay in Guadalajara?
Yeah, Guadalajara was great. I personally love the food in Mexico. The food has been great, the people are great, the audiences are epic, you know, watching the show, you just see the joy in their faces, and it's really great to be able to perform for them.
Dice que Guadalajara estuvo genial, la comida y la gente estuvieron muy bien también, que la audiencia fue épica, tal cual, y que ha sido una dicha estar aquí y poder traer el espectáculo a nuestro país.
Is your first time in Mexico for both of you?
First time performing. I came here on vacation a bit, maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Ha sido, mi primera vez en Cédric. Dice que ha sido su primera vez en México, actuando en México, pero que ya ha venido antes.
This is my first time in Mexico and I'm loving it and I'm definitely coming back.
Mitch dice que para él sí es su primera vez en México y que le ha encantado y que definitivamente va a regresar.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan? How long have you been working for Cirque du Soleil?
This year is going to be my 14th year with the company.
Wow.
So, quite a few years.
Few years?
Cédric dice que este es su año 14 trabajando para Cirque du Soleil.
For me, it's been a year now. I'm a baby, but it feels like I've been here for many years and it's one big family.
Para Mitch es apenas su primer año, que dice que aún es un bebé, pero que es una gran familia y está muy contento de estar en el Cirque du Soleil.
So in your case that you are a baby in Cirque du Soleil, how many times have you been in KOOZA? Is how many presentations in how many countries?
Oh, okay. 3 countries?
Canada. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, 3 countries.
Yeah. So 3 countries I performed with KOOZA. So that's where we went.
Close to 300 shows, I think.
Yeah,
past
close
year,
to 300.
Dice que han estado en 3 distintos países con el espectáculo de KOOZA y alrededor de 300 representaciones con este show.
Wow. And in your case that you have been for a long time in Cirque du Soleil, how many spectacles?
I've been on 3 different shows. The first one I was on was Wynter, which was a residential show in New York City.
Okay.
And then I came to KOOZA for a little bit, left to Verikai, which was an arena show. We toured around Europe, and now I'm back on KOOZA because KOOZA's my favorite show. KOOZA's where my family is. This is where I feel like I belong.
Cédric cuenta que ha estado en 3 espectáculos distintos del Cirque du Soleil. Primero uno en Nueva York, por un tiempo breve en KOOZA, después se movió a otro y finalmente regresó a KOOZA. Él nos cuenta que es su espectáculo favorito y que es donde se siente en familia y donde él pertenece.
How is your training mentally and physically to prepare to be in KOOZA for both of you?
For my role in KOOZA, there is a lot of training that you have to do. You have to also be very smart about what your mental performance is and what you do during your day, because if you do too much and you come to work, then you might not have the best show. but my role is quite dance-based and very acrobatic, so I do make sure I rest and train hard as well.
Bueno, Mitch nos cuenta que pues se tiene que entrenar mucho, que para su rol involucra mucha danza y acrobacia, entonces también tiene que estar muy consciente de eso a lo largo del día y estar también mentalmente preparado, de no hacer como muchas cosas para cuando sea el espectáculo.
And you?
Yeah, and for me, my position on KOOZA is quite different from the position I had when I started with Cirque. I started as a gymnast, I was a trampolinist, an acrobat, and so my performance back then was a lot more acrobatic, a lot more physical. Now my role on KOOZA is a lot more acting based, and so I play the innocent, the role of the innocent, and it's a lot more mental. And so for me, I have to be clicked in every day, you know, making sure that my emotions reflect exactly what the story is to tell. And so my show is a lot more mental than it is physical, but it is what I love now.
Cédric nos cuenta que aunque él empezó como gimnasta y tenía un rol más acrobático, ahora su papel es más de actuación, entonces por lo mismo tiene que estar mucho más concentrado y enfocado para que sus emociones reflejen su papel, que es el de Inocente.
How was the pandemic in your situation? We talk a lot. We hear a lot about Cirque du Soleil closing, no closing, and everybody was expecting another show, but we were afraid because of this.
Absolutely.
How was for you?
I think for me it was actually a blessing in disguise because I've been on tour for now close to 14 years, which means away from my family, away from my niece and nephew, away from my partner. And so now being able to, you know, during the pandemic, being able to be settled at home for close to 2 years, it was a different lifestyle. It was something that I had never lived in my life. And so it was actually almost a little blessing in disguise. Unfortunately, yeah, we weren't working, but I was able to stay at home and, you know, spend that precious time with the family that I hadn't had for so many years.
Cédric nos cuenta que durante la pandemia realmente fue como una bendición disfrazada, porque él estando tanto tiempo en el Cirque du Soleil a lo largo de 14 años, pues no ha tenido el tiempo suficiente de convivir con su familia, con sus sobrinos, con su pareja, y entonces que el estar 2 años parados en casa sí realmente fue una bendición y algo que nunca había podido vivir antes, y aunque no tenía trabajo, pero sí pudo disfrutar de esos preciosos momentos con su familia y sus seres queridos.
And for you, Mitch, because I suppose if you start 1 year and a half in Cirque du Soleil, for you the situation is different because you enter in Cirque du Soleil during the pandemic.
For me, the pandemic was also a blessing in disguise because I actually got this job as a trickster in the pandemic. So for me, I think when things slowed down and they were looking for new people to hire, I got really lucky and I got this job. So I was doing great things in the pandemic, and I was also happy to be home because I was also traveling before. So yeah, I'm grateful and I'm happy now too.
Great.
Mitch también nos cuenta que al igual que Cédric, la pandemia fue pues una bendición disfrazada porque también, aunque había estado ya con su familia, pero a él le llegó este papel y este trabajo en el Cirque du Soleil, entonces fue muy afortunado, y también cuenta que él estuvo muy feliz de poder estar en su casa y disfrutando de su familia.
Cirque du Soleil is really a magic show. I have had the opportunity to watch many of them, thanks God, and always it's a risk. Every spectacle is a risk for every part of the spectacle. In your case, have happened something in any case that you needed to solve during the show that it was very unexpected?
I mean, it is live performance, right? And so, especially our jobs, because our roles are, we play the characters of the show, where our role is to make sure that the story continues throughout the show. So, our roles, we improvise a lot at times, you know? So if something happens, if one light's not coming on, or, you know, if the high wire's not going up properly, we have to fill that time. And so, it's a very fun part of the job because we get to improvise, we get to, you know, dig really deep inside and feel what the audience wants, what the audience needs, and we give that to them. And so, yeah, improvisation is definitely part of the job.
Wow.
Cédric nos cuenta que especialmente para ellos y los papeles que ellos tienen en el show, realmente siempre están improvisando y siempre se tienen que asegurar que la historia continúe. Entonces, si sucede algún imprevisto, ellos tienen que estar muy atentos para poder llenar esos espacios y poder hacer que las cosas fluyan mejor, y también tienen que leer mucho y estar atentos a lo que la audiencia está, cómo se está sintiendo y tal, para poder ellos darles lo que buscan.
Well, I just want to thank you for this interview. I wish you a best experience here in Mexico, and enjoy this country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Fun.
Boyforme.com, un lugar para ti, un sitio donde tú eres la voz y nosotros el medio. Aquí encontrarás toda la información que necesitas conocer del ambiente gay en México y en el mundo. Noticias del medio LGBT. Queremos ser tu guía para disfrutar la vida gay. Queremos ser un lugar para ti. Boyforme, www.boyforme.com. Entra al sitio, infórmate, opina y diviértete.